Hi guys, it's quite been a while since the last time I have uploaded my video on my channel. So there are some few numbers of people kasi who are reaching out to me privately and asking me questions about the symptoms that I had with COVID-19. What are the things that I have done to survive it? What I was feeling during those times, and paano ko daw nakuha? How I was able to get the virus. So some things like that. These are the people who have an access to my social media accounts. I was thinking like, what about those people who have no means to communicate to people who have survived COVID-19 like me? So, guys, when I survived COVID-19, I had this thought that I became morally obligated to share whatever experiences that I went through that could be helpful to those who are having COVID-19, because I survived it. So if I was able to survive it, you could also survive it. And let me emphasize this again, and I'm gonna be saying this over and over again. I was on home quarantine. I had COVID-19 and I was quarantined at home, alone, and I was not prescribed any medications because I don't have any other symptoms other than shortness of breath. Ano pa naman yung gagamitin sa akin if I don't have any other symptoms? Diba? So, it's just prayers and a little bit of common sense that really helped me get through all the struggles with COVID-19. So, think about sharing with you the information about surviving the disease. I thought of the things that I've done in the past, and I came up with 10 simple ways that really help me survive COVID-19. On top of the list is avoiding stress. Let me tell you guys, once you have COVID-19, it's going to be anxiety overload. Because you're going to be thinking a lot. There are a lot of what ifs once you have the virus, and you can't really help it. What if I die? What if I don't recover? What's going to happen to this? What's going to happen to that? There are full of uncertainties at the back of your mind. But it's not going to help you. For now, you just have to focus on helping yourself survive. That's all you need to think for now. Because if you're going to be thinking about something that is beyond your control, you are just putting yourself in a very negative situation. Just keep on thinking good things that could really help you move forward. So, social media is really something that was causing me a lot of stress during those times. So what I did was I decided to deactivate my social media, at least by the time I had COVID-19. But I maintained my messenger account because that is our way of communicating, our way of communications with our loved ones and relatives. So when you have COVID-19 and you think that the symptoms that you have is not that simple, you are in an emergency situation. So it's not gonna be advisable for you to lose contact to the people you know gonna be will gonna help you during critical times. So yeah, deactivate your social media account for the meantime and avoid the news because there are a bunch of stressful things to watch for on the TV, so on the television, so you better avoid that first. Number 2 in the list is eating healthy. And when you say eating healthy, you know what healthy means, what healthy food means. So invest on fruits and vegetables, of course. But while having COVID-19, please try to avoid first the foods that could trigger diarrhea, hypertension, what else? Acid reflux and allergies. Because I tell you, you have COVID-19, you're dealing with the symptoms, and you're gonna have another illness. Oh my god, that's gonna be something. Especially the diarrhea, I'm telling you. Please try to avoid eating things that could trigger the other illnesses. Okay? Vitamins. Speak with your doctor about the vitamins you're gonna take when you have COVID-19, but I will not going to recommend for you to take vitamin C because I believe there's just a certain dosage that is allowable for us to have, and to be honest with you, vitamin C did not really help me. During the time I have COVID-19. It just made my symptoms worse. So why? Okay, let me discuss this shortly, very short. I started taking up ascorbic acid, but I noticed that I suffered from irregular heartbeats, and I was having palpitations, and the palpitation is making my breathing issues more worse. So I did call COVID-19 hotline, and the doctor was able to talk to, told me to replace ascorbic acid with sodium ascorbate, because according to her, sodium ascorbate is an alkaline. But I tell you, the effect is just the same. I started feeling better when I stopped taking the vitamins. It's kind of weird, but yeah, that's what happened to me. But as I've mentioned, case to case basis. But I think it happened to me this way, it could happen to you the other way around. So, but if you want to try that, feel free to do so. So, number 3, if you have issues with your breathing, you keep your room illuminated at all times and well ventilated. Bakit illuminated? Because based on my experience, every time I am staying in a dark room, I felt like I was getting suffocated. Hindi ako makahinga. So what I did was, I turned on the lights and just keep it on all throughout the night. So, yung ventilation naman, my apartment kasi it has a second level and ground floor. So, since yung room ko is nasa second floor, medyo maliit yung window. Although, during the morning, maliwanag naman siya, but pagka wala akong nakikitang tao, hindi ako makahinga. So, I used to move downstairs and stay there throughout the day. Yung ventilation ko talagang nakatutok sa akin yung electric fan. So, that really helped me with my breathing. So, I get a little relief from my shortness of breath with whatever air I was getting from the electric fan. So that's it. And when I went to the St. Luke's last time, I was checked. I got checked at the St. Luke's Medical Center last September 4. I mentioned to the doctor that I was still suffering shortness of breath from time to time, and I did mention to her also that I did use nebulizer, and it really helped me get ease from the symptoms. But I got scolded kasi sabi niya, they are not recommending the use of nebulizer for those who have COVID-19. Inhaler lang daw. I don't know what an inhaler is. Even those, she said, even those who are in the hospitals are not being recommended to use nebulizer. Anyway, guys, it's the doctor. It's I called telemedicine online and to consult about some cure for my issues in breathing, and the doctor was able to speak to during that time was have prescribed me to use a nebulizer, and I bought a nebulizer after she asked me to do so. Although the doctor from the St. Luke's Medical Center mentioned that nebulizer is not being recommended for the patients who have COVID-19. But to be honest with you, it worked with me. It somehow gave me some sort of relief with my with my breathing issues. But since meron na tayong ganung advice coming from a health professional, I won't be recommending then the use of nebulizer, because I don't know Sabi ko nga, it's a case-to-case basis. It worked for me. I don't know if it's gonna work to somebody else. Just like the vitamin C, it did not work for me. It could work for somebody else. It's a case-to-case basis thing. So please do not engage in any strenuous activity if you have COVID-19. Ang dami kong na-encounter online. There are a lot of information I could read, I could watch on YouTube, and even on television. They would recommend people having COVID-19 to exercise. It's fine for those who are asymptomatic and having mild symptoms. When you have mild symptoms, I don't know what mild symptoms means. So, but in my case, since I have issues with my breathing, yung konting move ko lang, talagang nahihirapan na ako. What more? Gagawa ka pa ng exercise, kahit mag-exercise ka pa, oh my God. That's really a no-no. You're gonna kill yourself if you do that. I tell you. So just relax, sit back and relax, and you'll be fine. What else? Number 4 pala na tayo. Drink more warm water. Yun. And emphasize ko yung warm water, please. Warm water. Huwag mo na po iinom ng malamig na tubig. Avoid cold water. And when you say warm water, until now I'm still drinking warm water. When you say warm water, at least based on my experience with how I do it, is warm water for me is something that could be felt. The heat could be felt in my tongue and my throat. Talaga mapapasok. So, drink more water. When I had COVID-19, I was drinking, I think, 6 refills of this throughout the day. And I just measured this a few hours ago. This is 1 liter. It contains 1 liter of water. So I was able to consume 6 refills of this throughout the day. It's okay for you to keep on going back to the restroom to, urinate. It's not gonna hurt you anyway. But COVID-19 could. So, wala naman sigurong overdose ng water. Kasi, lagi ako nauuhaw eh. So, that's it. And number 5, bathe with warm water. Should always be warm. You know why we need to do that? Kasi by the time I have COVID-19, I was telling myself, I can't have colds. I can't have cough. I can't have pneumonia. I was having shower on a daily basis kasi gusto ko i-wash out yung whatever virus I have with my body. I want to clean myself up on a daily basis, but with warm water. So, do it with warm water, please. Para hindi, kasi you see, up until now, hindi ako nagkaroon ng colds, hindi ako nagkaroon ng cough. And I am really very much thankful about that. Number 6, call a friend. Since you don't have the social media accounts, since you don't have the television on, ano ba yung magiging outlet mo? Pwede, you can read books, you can write your journal, you can write a diary. And sa akin kasi, chismis online. I kept on calling my friends para lang makipagkwentuhan. So that's it. I know they will going to understand that you need someone to talk to during these times. And being able to find a friend who's gonna stay with you during high and at your lowest. It's really worth something. And I'm very much thankful to Jane, to Michelle, to Christine, to Rose, to Gladys, and for my aunt who's here in Manila, Auntie Novi, for patiently keeping up with me every time I would be needing someone to talk to. So call center talaga ako. Time na I had COVID-19. So number 7, I sit most time of the day. They were saying na pagka may COVID-19 ka, you rest. And when they say you rest, you lay down. It did not work for me. Kasi I have issues with my breathing. So what I did was, every time I am laying down, parang pakiramdam ko, I was drowning. I really can't breathe. So I have to sit in an upright position like this. Throughout the day, nakaganon ako. Here. With the door open. But I have my mask on, of course. Kasi hindi ako makahinga every time I am laying down in bed. So a reclining chair could help you, especially when during nighttime. Kasi syempre matutulog ka. Alangan naman nakaupo ka ng ganun, diba? So I have my reclining chair, buti na lang upstairs. So I was using that pagka talagang hindi ako makahinga. So I'm using that para matulog. So nakaupo ako lagi. And pagka sobrang hindi ko na kaya huminga, I use the nebulizer. Pero hindi advisable na you use that religiously. I just used it once a day. The most number that I use it in a day is twice. Number 8. Make sure a towel is handy. You will going to need a towel for you to dry your sweat, because you have to expect excessive sweating when you have COVID-19. So wag mo hayaan na matuyuan ka ng pawis sa likod. Dry your sweat every time you could feel it. That's the reason why I really decide to shower every day for hygienic purposes. Kasi I was really sweating a lot kahit gabi. Then number 9, you have to be handed with emergency contact numbers. And list down the contact numbers of people you could call in case of emergency. Because in my case, I can say July 23rd. I can really forget that date. That was really critical for me. But I was very much thankful I was able to survive it. Very much thankful to Jane for staying with me throughout the night. Guys, okay, when I say COVID-19, survival is a state of mind. It is really a state of mind with COVID-19. And when you feel that something is not right, something is not right, you have to trust your instinct. By the time on July 23rd, I was really very sleepy, but I can't. My breathing, it was really very difficult for me to breathe at the time, and as I've mentioned to you, my nails was already starting to change colors. My legs are starting to get numb, and my heart was like it was beating very fast. But I was very, very sleepy by the time. But at the back of my mind, I was thinking, if I'm gonna be sleeping tonight, I'm sure I'm not gonna wake up anymore. So, yun, thankfully, Jane, my boss, patiently stayed with me, and I was able to make it. I'll be forever thankful to her. So guys, if ever you feel that kind of thing, and your gut feeling is telling you something is not right, trust it. I'm very much thankful to God that He gave me a chance to live longer, a chance to survive COVID-19. I know not everyone are able to survive COVID-19 the same way that I do, but I was blessed enough to have my life extended. So that's why I am doing these things. I'm trying to share you whatever information that I know, in order to help you survive COVID-19 the same way that I did. Anyway, the number 10 in our list, it is the last but the most important thing that you should do when you have COVID-19 is pray. You have to pray at all times and ask for God's mercy to extend your life, to survive COVID-19. Because I tell you, the experiences I went through with COVID-19 is not a joke. I had COVID-19 for more than 2 months. It started with it started on July. My symptoms started back in June 29, and I was cleared September 4. September 4 was the date. It was, yeah, it was 1 week after the time I did not felt any symptoms at all. So, sobrang matagal. And until now, I can say na I'm already back to my old self. Napapagod pa rin ako from time to time. But it's not as bad as before. So guys, I hope the information that I have shared with you will going to help you in your road to recovery, COVID-19. Again, survival is just a state of mind. You have to help yourself. There is no better cure than your self-determination to survive and your faith. Have faith. Never detach yourself from God. It will going to help you no matter the circumstance that you have right now. Just keep on asking for His divine mercy. You're gonna survive COVID-19. Just do the things that I shared with you, and I hope it will work the same thing for you, the same way for you. Okay. And thank you for taking time to watch my video. And I am hoping that if you're watching this to find a cure for COVID-19, I am praying for your speedy recovery. May everyone stay safe always, and